remember just walking around my house thinking, I'm gonna f***ing die.
Rap superstar Eminem is being rushed to the hospital.
My organs were shutting down. They didn't think I was gonna make it. Nobody really knew what was going on.
And on that night, Eminem's worst nightmare was about to come true.
What scares me the most is not being able to say all the things I want to say to you.
Where's Haley? Where's she at?
When I'm no longer here.
But was it all Eminem's own fault?
Was happening so fast, I was spiraling out of control.
Eminem was arrested on 2 gun-related charges.
I had a lot of rage.
Pistol whipping a bouncer.
Keep booing, little girl. How am I gonna explain this to Haley?
You in therapy at all? You got a lot of pain inside of you?
They know nothing about my f***ing life. They out of f***ing mind. I always swore that I didn't want to grow up to be like my parents.
We were trying to do research on you.
And you got left because your dad dumped you when you were a baby and never supported the family or anything.
Was your mom, I don't want to accuse her of anything she didn't do, although, did a social service agency accuse her of abusing your stepbrother or something?
It's not my stepbrother, it's my real brother.
Yeah, listen to this. Social service agency said she suffered from Munchausen by proxy syndrome.
Parents with this disorder intentionally make up illnesses a child has, or in some cases, makes the child sick.
This is a form of child abuse. And that child may develop consequences, adverse consequences. The child may die.
She would harm her son and then take him to the doctor.
Yeah.
And what psychologists say is an attempt to get attention.
Yeah.
You had a tough life.
So when Eminem became a father, he promised to give his daughter a better life than he had.
Where's Haley? Where's she at?
This ain't Haley.
Who is it?
It's someone.
I couldn't afford to buy her diapers. I couldn't afford to do anything. I was working different jobs, temporary service, all kinds of jobs just to try to make ends meet. She's always been my #1 reason for fear of failure. Because I can't fail. I can't fail. Because if I do, then how am I gonna raise her? The truth is, she's all I got in this world. Really, if everything ended tomorrow, she's all that I have.
But when Eminem was finally able to provide for his daughter, people started to question him as a father.
I was wondering about you and your girlfriend or whatever. I heard you made a song about killing her or something. What'd she do about that?
You made a song about killing your girlfriend?
Yeah, on the album.
I'm making my daughter famous. It's almost a true story. Anybody out there that's got baby mothers that are bitches, you know what I'm talking about. And instead of me killing that bitch, all I'm doing is put my personal feelings on wax.
Yeah, what I was really trying to do was express my love for my daughter. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, kill her mother.
No, but this little girl's gonna go through crap now because of what he's been through.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think so.
Dude, you're entitled to write anything you want after what you've been through.
Are you in therapy at all?
Nah,
Man, I would check into that.
My music is my therapy.
No,
it's a way for me to get things off my chest.
Eminem was arrested on 2 gun-related charges.
Let me tell you something, pal. You need it. You've had a tough situation.
I'm cool right now.
You don't look that happy.
I'm cool right now.
The rapper was accused of brandishing a firearm during a confrontation, and then later that same day, pistol whipping a bouncer.
You got a lot of pain inside of you?
I mean, when I look back at things, it's kind of like...
I don't want you to do a Kurt Cobain, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
But Eminem's outbursts were becoming more public that even Haley and her sister could start to notice. I'm protective of them, and I try my best to guard them from the ugly stuff that I have done or said. One time, the girls had a bunch of friends over, and the 10 o'clock news had an item about Eminem assaulting some dude.
What?
I'm trying to change the channel so the kids don't hear it, but one of them does and runs and gets the rest.
We keep booing. Keep booing, little girl. I will hit a man with glasses.
They're all crowding around the TV, and I'm trying to diffuse it by saying, what Dad did was bad. This is not Dad. I can't protect them forever.
The turmoil that my life felt like was happening so fast. I was spiraling out of control and I had a lot of rage.
And he found something that he felt could help him.
When I stumbled on the Valium, it was like, okay, this is like this feeling of, you know, like everything was not only mellow, but didn't feel any pain. It just kind of numbed things. It triggered something in me that was just like, okay, this is nice. I like this. I can actually function on it. I felt like, I think I can do more things on Valium. I think I can go on TV on Valium. And I think that it'll calm my nerves and it'll make me just right. You know what I mean? So that I can do a good interview or do whatever, a good performance.
But what he thought was helping him was actually changing him.
I was extremely distant. I'd go home and shut the door, or I'd just go off into a bathroom somewhere, you know, pop a couple of pills and then be okay. Nobody really knew what was going on. I think just people around me saw like something ain't right.
And it became even more noticeable.
Why is it so rare that the public gets to see Eminem nowadays? What's going on?
Why is it like that?
One of the hosts was talking to me and I could not understand a word. 50 had to cover for me and answer every question.
I actually need him to make my music, so he'd be busy.
That's when everyone around me knew he's f***ed up. Something is wrong with him.
It was making my brain think slow. Every song I was making was slow and just, I would try to put my thoughts down on paper and it just wasn't the same. The earlier magic that I used to have, it just felt like it was gone. People tried to tell me that I had a problem. I would say, get that person out of here. I can't believe they said that to me. They know nothing about my life. Are they out of mind? I'm not out there shooting heroin. I'm not out there putting coke up my nose. I'm not smoking crack.
I can pretty much stop when I want to. When my daughter's around, none of that goes on.
Pretty much stop?
Huh?
Pretty much stop? It sounds like you're not totally in control.
And Haley and her sister could see that their father wasn't around for them anymore. I told one of my daughters, "Dad works so hard because I don't want you to live like I had to live." You try to explain these things to a 12-year-old or a 15-year-old, and they'll answer back, "Well, why should we live like that?" But they don't understand. But Eminem was reaching a point of no return.
It was a damper on my mood. It was making me depressed. The depression was making me want to take more pills. It got into this vicious cycle of, I'm depressed, so I need more pills. And I think I just went into this like really dark place. It was hard for me to pull myself out of. Kind of a thing went off in my head, just like, F it. You know, I might as well just take more. Maybe this will help me get through. And at that moment, it just seemed like my world was ending.
Over the holidays, Marshall Mathers, aka Eminem, was rushed to a Detroit area hospital. It's rumored that he suffered an overdose.
My organs were shutting down. My liver, kidneys, everything, they were gonna have to put me on dialysis. They didn't think I was gonna make it. Had I got to the hospital about 2 hours later, I would have died. I had to regain motor skills. I had to regain talking skills. And having to relearn a lot of things, learning how to rap again. I literally was up 24 hours a day for 3 weeks straight. And I mean, not sleeping, not even nodding off for a minute. Like I was literally just up, like looking at the TV. I remember just walking around my house and thinking every single day, like, I'm gonna die.
And Eminem realized that he was doing what he said he would never do.
I can't fail. I can't fail. Because if I do, then I can't be a failure. I always swore that I didn't want to grow up to be like my parents. Like my mother, my biological father. I don't want to be like that. I'm not going to grow up and live my life like that. And I didn't for the longest time. It seemed like when I became famous and all these different drugs were thrown at me and shit at one time. It was kind of like I'm going through and I'm dancing around, leaping from lily pad to lily pad, and all of a sudden, bam, I land on Valium, and this is the one that connects with me so much. This will help me sleep. This will take away all my anxiety. You know what I mean? Like all those things. When I was a kid, I was told my mother used to take Valium and crush it up and mash it in the potatoes and the peas in my plate and stuff to make me go to sleep because I was a hyper kid, supposedly, which I don't believe I was a hyper kid. I kept hearing about it from so many different people and telling me all these stories and shit, you know, your mom kicked me out when, you know, because I got into an argument with her because I seen her do it and got in a fight and told me to get the f out during the Thanksgiving dinner or whatever it was. Just couldn't believe that anybody could ever be naturally happy or naturally function or be just enjoying life in general without being on something. I can't keep doing this. Going through these things and living my life this way. If I don't stop now and I don't turn my life around, I'm gonna be. This is never gonna stop. I had to deal with it in a grown man kind of way. Like I'm looking at my kids and I need to be here for this.
There's important things going on in her life that I need to be there for.
It felt like as my senses were returning, my feelings started coming back. As I settle into recovery, my brain moves faster, I think faster, my thoughts are sharper, I'm clearer. There's a whole new awareness about me. It does feel like a second chance in the sense of it's life again, you know? I almost died, so it's like that in itself, like I'm not gonna blow this chance.
Before anything, I'm a father first.
I don't have the rage I did when I first came out, you know. I was just coming out of my situation in life, you know, so I was salty about a lot of shit and had a lot of rage and just said whatever was on my mind. The rage might not still be there, but the passion is the exact same as it's always been. I was missing a lot of my kids growing up. That's why I needed to just take a break.
Eminem decided that he wouldn't let anything else get in the way of being there for his daughter.
So now I talked to Em, I'm like, yo, we should go and do a tour like this, like, cause now how much that pay us to do that? Like, cause we'll be like on super arena stages, just me, Em, we don't need nothing else. It'll be the biggest tour in the world. And he'll be like, yeah, you go do it. I just don't want to go and come back and Haley's grown. I did not know what he meant. When he said that to me, I thought he was crazy because I was like, he just don't want to go.
Eminem's daughter is Chippewa Valley High School in Michigan's newest homecoming queen. He watched from inside the Michigan school so he wouldn't steal Haley's moment. He opened the door and looked out like, that's my daughter.
She's doing good. She's made me proud for sure. She graduated from college.
How does that feel?
When I think about my accomplishments, like that's the thing I'm the most proud of. She's always been the driving force for me to like stay busy, stay focused, gave me motivation.
I was at Haley's wedding. She got married and I'm like, this is what he's talking about. It went so fast, the time went so fast, that we watched her get married, she's grown. And I said it to him at the wedding because I said, remember you said that to me? And I said, I didn't understand what you meant till now.
I want to be there for every step of the way for my daughter.